So I recently talked to you about the changes that have occurred in the UCMJ throughout all four services. We've talked about the Office of the Special Trial Counsel and how commanders are now being taken out of the court-martial process and it's all being elevated up to a higher level. One of the things I've also seen is that you have the right to an Article 32 hearing. So this is, as soon as you get preferred charges, the next thing that's going to happen after that is they're going to reach out, and if you have an attorney like me, I'm going to be talking back and forth with the OSTIC, and I'm going to be talking to the preliminary hearing officer, who is going to be a JAG, and we're going to find a time that we can have an Article 32 hearing. Now, Article 32 hearings used to be a big deal. When I first started out back in 2005 as a civilian defense counsel, I would go into a preliminary hearing and I would sometimes call 20 people, 15 people, and I would go in there and we would fight that charge, and a lot of times we'd win and the case would go away because the Article 32 hearing, the preliminary hearing into your case, would be looked at with a kind of fair manner. But since we've kind of moved into a whole different way of looking at things, they've changed the standard because you have a really low standard, which is called probable cause, and your preliminary hearing officer or a PHO is going to use a very low standard to look at the evidence. And so what's happened over time is I actually did an Article 32 hearing yesterday. It lasted about 15 minutes max. And so what's happened is that at the Article 32 hearing, usually because we know that this case is going to go forward, we know this PHO or this JAG officer is not going to dismiss this case, and even if he does, the Office of the Special Trial Counsel, what they're going to do is they're going to push forward on this thing either way. There just isn't a lot of reasons for us to show our cards. And so what we do now is we basically don't let you give a statement at the hearing. We don't present any witnesses. We don't put forward any kind of documentary evidence. And what we do is we kind of attack the government as far as what they may be doing wrong. But the expectation of what you're going to get out of this Article 32 is really low. It's the defense's ability to look at what the government is saying, what the government has as far as evidence, and the way that they're thinking about the case. But the defense is going to be in a defensive posture. We're not giving them anything. So I usually like to tell my clients, look, I want to lower your expectations of what's going to happen here, because the reality is the real fight's going to happen at the court-martial. The real fight's going to happen once we get in front of a judge. Because as long as you're in front of the Office of the Special Trial Counsel, which is a total government organization that is trying to convict you and is not trying to work with you at all in order to get this dismissed, we don't have a neutral party anymore. There isn't a commander that's going to look at this thing and be neutral. You don't have a JAG that's going to be neutral. They are looking at getting a conviction out of you. And so the first step at the Article 32 is stand back, listen to what they have to say, basically circle the wagons and get out of there. So for most of my clients, if you're watching this and we got a 32 coming up, you need to realize this is not the place we're going to start to fight. This is just where we observe the offense. And so give me a call at 931-217-7648 if you need help with the court-martial or any kind of military law case. You can also email me at jphillipslaw22@gmail.com. I also just gave you my cell number, so you can text that also. And finally, if you look down, we got, give us a comment, subscribe to our channel, and then if you want, you can also click the link down there, which will give you an appointment, and that'll go directly onto my calendar, and I'll reach back out to you at your convenience. So appreciate you watching today. Thank you.